season. For the third time, I believe it is. We're going to see it on the Captain Esports Network as we welcome you in to the Indianapolis 300 virtually on iRacing. It is the Velocity Online Racing presented by Coaching Iron the Captains for Scouts. We welcome you in on this Saturday evening. Hopefully you've had a great week so far, and we are here ready to have a great time. Ourselves potentially another winner at this technical of a racetrack, or potentially finding the same winner for a third year. That's something that has never been done before in Indianapolis history. So welcome to the game again to Indianapolis 300. Tonight presented by Celiac Awareness. Now, who's the sponsor behind the race? That's a $1 million question. It's actually us, or me, at the Captain Esports Network. And tonight is the start of something really interesting that I've been wanting to do is put out the awareness for celiac disease. What is celiac disease? It's actually, just really quickly, somebody, it's a disease that affects your immune system, where you can't eat proteins from wheat and rye and stuff like that, so you have to be careful what you eat and that kind of thing. Well, I happen to have a 2-year-old daughter who has celiac disease, and she's doing fine, and we've adjusted her diet, and she's doing well. But this is my time to say, you know what? It's time to get other people involved in this, because there are so many people in America and around the world that have this and don't even know it. And it's our time to get this out there. So tonight, I'm starting the awareness, and I think here before November 1st, you're going to see us be a part of donating money and collecting money to help out these foundations, so on and so forth. So we welcome you in. Thank you for the notes real quick, Stephen. I was able to fix that real quickly, but we're here at Indianapolis, and you see on the track is the cars for qualifying, and I want to get down here right away because we have got some very fast cars down on track right now. And tonight, the traditional qualifying of Indianapolis is officially here, and we are watching it live and in action right now. And we've still got some cars I hadn't even taken to track yet. But I do want to jump up here and look at this guy right here. And that is Alex Van de Sant, the 2-time winner of this Indianapolis 300. He's going for the three-peat here tonight. Alex right now is waiting to cross the line. The reason why you have not seen the ticker light up over here on the left with times is because of the 4-lap average they are running around this track. Once they complete the 4th lap, which I can tell you over here on the screen right now, 39.692. So Alex is looking really fast. There's your first laps being completed. That is the 4-lap averages you are seeing show up on the left-hand side of the screen. So Nick DeGroot, he goes to the pole right now at a 35.57, or 39.57, I should say. Let's see if Alex can complete this 4-lap run. We'll get you the race information and all that good stuff coming up here during our little window of a break that we'll have before the race itself. Alex getting close to that turn 4 wall as he crosses the start-finish line. P3 by 7 1/1000ths of a second. Alex Van de Sant, a 39.59 was as fast as a 67, his slowest. So a great lap right there. Let's actually do this. So here's where you're going to see the average lap times and some of the best times. Look at this. Look, Isaac Morris had a bad lap apparently somewhere in there because he actually ran faster than Matt Houston, but somehow Matt was able to be more consistent and get to the position over him. So great job on his part to gain a position out of that. Just comes down to 4-lap averages when we continue on. So Oscar obviously up there. Dakota DeMay is another driver we have to watch. In Dakota right now qualified up in P2. As you see him on the board with a 39.59. Alex is third, and Matt Houston up there in 5th in this race. So as we got about 5 minutes or so to go in qualifying as we watch more cars out here on the track. AJ Musselman just jumped up to 10th. Appreciate Steven and Rowena watching tonight, and thank you for the feedback. As always, you hear anything or see anything that just seems weird on the stream tonight, just mention it. I can't catch everything. One-man show right here. Craig Forsythe jumping up to 7th right now as we watch Max Williams out here on the track. He's on lap 3 right now of his run. Not the fastest so far, 40.2. As he's going to cross the line here, I believe it was lap number 4. Let's see if a time pops up for him. It has not yet, so he just completed lap 3, a 40.0 again. So Max not up to full speed here in this YJ Esports car. Down the back straightaway into turn 3. There's Sam Blackwood also on track. But pretty much everybody has run qualifying laps here so far, and unless something happens here. Grijalva jumps to 18th. Porcelli jumps to 10th. Sam goes to pit road. What's up, Wade? So everybody completing laps right now and just about done here for a second. Still got about 3 minutes left before the race. They're actually going to do a little warm-up session here afterwards, and when that's done, we'll talk to our pole sitter tonight, potentially, and get you ready for the 300 miles and 120 laps of racing around Indianapolis. That is not how you get off pit road, unfortunately. Max Williams has completed his lap. Let's see who else does. I think everybody else has either got the wall or something. When it's all over. So it looks like DeGroot is going to be the pole sitter here this evening for the race, and we'll talk to him here in just a moment. But first, I'm working on something. Hello, Circle City in the background. That's an awesome city, by the way. If you've never been to Indianapolis, you got to go. Just don't go during, like, January. So congratulations goes out to the driver, the number 41, it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and put an official out there. It looks like everybody's run laps. But the pole award to Nick DeGroot brought to you by CircleBDiecast.com. If you use the code word Foxworth Autosport to get free shipping on orders over $20 at CircleBDiecast.com. To get great NASCAR and IndyCar diecast, they do ship to continental U.S. and Canada. Our good friends to the north. Again, check out Foxworth Autosport, and you'll get free shipping on orders over $20 at CircleBDiecast.com. All right, while this is going on, let's take a look at our race details for tonight. Of course, we all know Indianapolis, home of the biggest race in the world, the Indianapolis 500. Arguably, I should say. The Indianapolis 500 is all part of a doubleheader. Earlier today, they ran a 200-mile race that was won by Matt Houston. Tonight's race, a 300-mile race. And basically the information you see there, Alex Van de Sant won this race the last 2 seasons. Pit speed limit, 60 miles an hour. All banked corners at 9.2 degrees. I've actually gotten to drive on this track. I'm about to drive on this track. That's good English. But either way, that track obviously specifically in itself, 4 different turns. And birds! We got birds. And the second part of the race info here, and this is going to be key tonight. 120 laps, 300 miles. The fuel window, about 28 to 32 laps, 4 to 7 pit stops tonight. You'll see some people try strategies and stuff. You're going to want clean air because if you're not in the clean air, the car is going to plow, and you do not want that. As I mentioned, Van de Sant, the winner, Season 3 and Season 4 of this race. So we definitely got to look for who could be fast tonight, and I think you're going to see those Raceverse cars be fast tonight. Some reason Indianapolis and Raceverse just shows up. That team does. I know in another league they had a 1-2-3 finish in this race, so they definitely have what it takes to go to victory lane in the greatest spectacle in e-racing, as I like to call it. So let's see if I got some drivers to talk to here because they don't like to show up in my chat. Maybe they. I'm gonna try to talk to our pole sitter if I can go find them. And I have a feeling I won't be able to talk to them. Oh well, that's the way it goes. Unfortunately, it's like the one of the rare leagues where they actually don't make it mandatory to be in Discord. So a lot of their guys hang out in their own team chats and stuff. So unfortunately, I don't get access to them until the race time. It's all good though. Well, real quickly, I kind of mentioned it to beforehand. Tonight, I'm sponsoring this race. Yep, Captain Esports Network sponsoring Indianapolis. And the reason why I wanted to do that was because obviously it's the biggest race in this league. It's the biggest race in all of open wheel racing. But two, I thought this would be the perfect time. I made mention about Celiac Awareness. I wanted to throw my name out there and throw Celiac out there. And you might be wondering why. And for those just joining us, let me explain. My daughter, who's 2 years old, last year, around this time actually, it was actually this week, a year ago, was diagnosed with celiac disease. And for those who don't know what it is, I'm actually going to go real quickly here to a website that is all about... wait. Give me 1 second. I had the website, but unfortunately it went bye-bye on me. I want to read what it literally is. And this is straight from a website for those who are looking for basically what this is. It is a allergy, basically, that I'm not getting what I want here. This is called stalling to try to get to the definition. It's not working for me. Here we go. Celiac disease is an immune disease in which people can't eat gluten because it will damage their small intestines, believe it or not. If they have celiac disease and eat foods with gluten, it actually, your immune system responds by damaging the small intestine. So gluten is like a protein that is found in wheat and rye and barley and stuff like that. There's obviously so many different grocery stores and places like that that have been starting to add gluten-free. I've been told that like Asheville, North Carolina, for example, is like somewhere their big focus is gluten-free foods. And that's something that unfortunately my daughter, who, you know, at the age of 1, she couldn't talk. You know, so we had no clue what was wrong, and we noticed some things from like her stomach bulging out a little bit more, and she was throwing up random foods, and we couldn't figure it out. Finally went to the doctor and stuff, and they noticed that she was actually losing weight, believe it or not. And you know, we took her in and found that out. Now, obviously, it's not anything that can't be controlled and stuff. It's something that we've worked on and we've adjusted, and she's great. She can live a normal life. Yeah, there's Wade with the backup for me. Yeah, so, pardon me, I just smacked my microphone. It's something I'm raising awareness for, and that's basically my announcement tonight, is that starting tonight, I am going to work on getting the Captain Esports Network a partnership with a celiac disease organization, so that if you have a family member, if you have a racer, you know, if you know anybody that is with this, that has this, or might not even know they have it and could be suffering from it, we're gonna get it out there to those people tonight. So, well, not starting tonight, I should say. It ain't gonna be a one-day thing, but looking forward to doing that. So, want to get that out there to everybody. So, if you know somebody and you're watching on this stream that suffers from this, go let them know that we're going to go to work, and at least myself, and get this figured out. So, and go from there. That's what I'm all about. So, yeah. Shall we do some racing? I think we're about 2 seconds away from the grid forming up here. So, let's take a look at the starting lineup here for this 300-mile event. We appreciate you hanging out here for the little bit of a pre-race show that we had. So to say, I was glad to be able to get that out so that we could focus on the racing here this evening. You can get all the details, by the way, down at the bottom of like what's going on and things like that. So here we go. Starting lineup for the race. It is presented, of course, by Circle B Diecast, and the pole award winner tonight, that goes to the number 41 of Nick DeGroot. He'll start alongside, hey, look at that, 41 times 2, 82. Dakota DeMay. Alex Van de Sant, he'll start third alongside Cohen Evans. Matt Houston, Isaac Morris will start in row number 3. Craig Forsyth, Oscar Fredrickson, who's going to be pretty fast tonight. They'll start in row number 4. Row number 5 consists of, if I can hit the right buttons for once, would be great. There we go. Shane Coogan, David Porcelli, Julian Altene, AJ Musselman will start in the 12th position. Antonio Estrada, Ty Richter in row number 7. Row 8, James Watson, Sebastian Kinder, Eli Sazik, and Lewis Woodall, row number 9. Row 10, Joseph Grjalva and Joe Harleman. Dan Marrera, Thomas Geisler, row 11. Row 12, Max Williams, Tyler Davala. Row 13, Josh Stoltz, Bart Fauerstein. And these two guys here are going to be one to watch, especially that 98 car, Sam Blackwood. In the 27th position, Christian Alagio in row number, or in position number 28 as the cars roll off from the grid. If we get the right view tonight, might even see the balloons get launched into the air as a couple cars aren't moving. We got a jam already. Oh, now we got contact. That is not a good way to start, unfortunately, back there. You might want to check on your son there. He's not moving. Dan Marrera's already got a damaged right front wing. Grjalva ended up towed to the pits, and I'm pretty sure Dan is going to be the a pretty angry man right now. Unfortunately there, not sure if Joe had got up and walked away for a second, but tough break in that situation. If you're Dan, you got to go. Again, you're watching the Velocity Online Racing Series presented by the Apex Sage Coaching. Appreciate all the viewers tonight watching this evening, including Mr. Grjalva from El Paso, Texas, Alex Bryson, my man Wade, who's, I don't know what the hell he's doing. Let's see, Rowena's watching, and Stephen Andrews watching tonight too. Who's already yelled at me about his music being too loud, or my music being too loud, but it is what it is, unfortunately. We got it fixed, and we got a race, Indianapolis 300, the 5th edition on the Captain Esports Network. Dan Marrera already on pit road, getting that wing fixed really quickly. One car back here to the inside already. Julian Altena under attack right now from AJ Musselman, one of the good oval drivers in this series, but Altena going to hold on that high side. And, of course, as always, we do have our cameras tonight presented by TrackCams 4 Gourmet. You can check them out online at trackcams22.com. Oval cameras, road course, rallycross, so much more. You can be a part of it. TrackCams22.com. As to the inside, under attack, is James Watson in the very colorful number 37 or 39 car under attack from Kinder in the 97. Arrow going to play a huge role here. Up here for the lead. Van de Sant to the outside, try to get a run. DeGroot going to hold on. And this is something you might see a lot of tonight, is the old switcheroo that they do up here at the front of the field. you will see cars just swap out the lead as they try to run away from the rest of the field. There you see Alex will make the move here in turn 1. Almost like Mario Kart. If you remember the Mario Kart game back for Nintendo 64, they always had to like pass each other to be the faster car. And just like that, you see the group make that move. That's pretty much what they're going to do for a while here. Meanwhile, back here, Eli Celiac. And we got caution on the track issues already. Lewis Woodall looks like is in trouble. I can't tell if there's any other issues. Looks like Lewis Woodall and A.J. Musselman might be involved also. And our first caution out, they've already gone behind the wall and stuff. All right, let's see if I can find what happened to him real quickly here. Oh, right there, contact. Musselman into the wall, and he gets ran over. One of the YJ cars gets a piece of him and actually goes right through him. And at RJM Consulting number 54, unfortunately. Oh, right there, Watson got into him. He starts a four-wheel slide, and there's the other contact there from... Not sure who the other is. It Max Williams? I think it was in the 8 car. Yep, it sure is. Max Williams that got contact in that. Looks like Sam Blackwood might have a little bit of damage. All right, there's the contact. Let's Joe Petrick, everybody. The Birdman. Let's get it tiered now. Half speed, or quarter speed. One thing that's very easy to do is if you get your nose not in clean air, you can get your front end disturbed, and obviously it pushes up the track, and I think that's exactly what happens. There's the contact. 54 is like, oh, I got this four-wheel slide. Problem is there is a wall there. Of course, it's going to shoot him back to the inside. Nice job by that, what was that, number 9, Celiac there. Geisler almost gets in the back of the 8, and the 8 just has nowhere to go, and so unfortunate break for those cars. Caution 1 here out at Indianapolis. I appreciate everybody joining us this evening. Got what has been a very challenging week work-wise on my end. To be able to sit here on a Saturday night, relax. I'm going to be honest with you. I might or might not be partaking in some drinks right now. Well, actually, a rock star right now, just to stay awake. But you get the point. Check out the weather here in the Circle City. Partly cloudy, 79 degrees, track temp at 120, so handling is going to be a big factor tonight in this race. Relative humidity at 54%. Winds out of the north at a whopping 2 miles an hour. That would mean it's blowing across turn 3 and 4. There's Matt Houston back there, the 66 car. That's the black and red number 66 there. You see him behind the 15 of Porcelli, who started 10th, by the way. Already up to 5th. Matt won earlier in the Indy 200 European race that was here at Indianapolis. Part of the doubleheader here. Congrats to Matt on getting that win. So 20th through 26th came to pit road that time during that caution. So they are going to have a little bit more fuel than the field here. And that could play a role in this race. So we'll have to keep an eye on what could happen here during this run. Let's go back to green here, lap number 8. DeGroot with a pretty good restart here. You'll see a little bit of wheel, some contact in the back. Oh, and somebody's wrecking. It's one of the 5150 cars. That might be Morera. Oh, boy. Not a good race at all for Dan Morera. He's going to be mad. And the other car involved, trying to see who that other one is. Bart Fallerstein in the 21. Caution back out for the second time. Indianapolis very notorious for checking up and causing issues. Meanwhile, Bart's trying to do a three-point turn on a wide track. Well, let's roll that beautiful bean footage and see how this started. Looks like one thing leads to another here. We got Checkup City. Oh, nowhere to go, and Alagio gets in the back of Bart. And Bart gets in the back of Dan. And I have a feeling we might be hearing from Dan Herrera very quickly over here in Discord. For those who do not know the art of three-point turn, that's how you do it. Let's see where this started. We're coming to the green here. I'm going to hit stop, and I'm going to move up a couple cars here. Let's go up to where it all started. Looks like was the 26 of Morera. There he is up here. There's the damage. Somebody gets hit there, and Morera checks. Oh, he's got right rear. I think Morera was just trying to be careful. He gets ran over. Off break for the driver out of Costa Rica. Here, wide view. Who's the one that lost the wing? Oh, right there. The 16 of Geisler. A couple cars check up there in the front again. Rajalva gets through there. That's just interesting. All right. 10 laps complete. Appreciate the 15 viewers so far. We can work on that number, build that up a little bit. Appreciate those watching on Twitch and on Facebook, which I think is finally fixed again, and over on the Tube. Of course, all those pages you can watch Just look up Captain Esports Network. We'll get one to go this time by and go back racing here. Hopefully be able to get a better restart. Of course, last time we were on this track, it was the road course we ran last week. And Gavin Sanders ended up in victory lane for a second time in his career. Unfortunately, Gavin is not here tonight, probably doing some real-life racing. A lot of people do this time of the year. All right, pace car will pull off here, and let's see if we can get the restart here to happen on lap number 12. See the cars try to go. There goes DeGroot. Just got to be patient now. Let the other cars go, basically, and that's how this will work, and everything should go well. Green flag out. Here we go. And already one car off the pace over there, turn one. It's Cohen Evans. Not sure what happened to the LMC gear car. Cohen Evans off the pace and going to lose numerous spots, down 13, 14 positions. See if I can go find what happened to the driver of the 37. You see the 16 of Geisler coming to pit road. He's got front wing damage. Here we go, replay. Cohen Evans running into fourth position. Oh, he gets loose. Too much weight, Jacker. Woo, what a save, though. Hold on here, young fella. So now Cohen's got to kind of rechange his strategy up here just a little bit. There's the leaders up here playing the old switcheroo game as always. And caution back out for the third time. And this time it is, looks like Eli, no, maybe Bart Fauerstein again. As we were watching the battle for the lead there, I was actually trying to take care of something, and A caution came out. Let's up as it looks like Celiac leaving pit road. Let's see what happens. Bart goes into turn 3 and 4, and oh wow, he and Alagio get together in turn 3. I don't think that's what brought the caution unless he stops and another car comes by. That would be the only way a caution comes out here. Let's see. Yep, right there. That brings the caution out. No caution out for the 3rd time. Let's watch it again. Just a misjudgment there. Bam, into the wall. Needless to say, he is not going far. So unfortunately, a little bit of a wild start for some of these guys as the caution out for the 3rd time here at lap 15. We'll see if we get some pit stops. And I'm going to mute my mic for a quick second. All right, so back we are. Appreciate everybody's patience there. It's that time of the night where my daughter was going to bed and I wanted to say goodnight to her real quickly. So you did see Alex Van de Sant come to pit road, along with some others. Max Williams came to pit road, also Josh Stoltz, Tyler Davala, Christian Alagio's had some damage on his car as he's coming back to pit road in that 81 car. There's Van de Sant, there's Craig Forsyth, the Canadian driver there, James Watson, Antonio Estrada. I used to be able to roll the R's, but I'm not good at it anymore. Ty Richter, Isaac Morris, all those guys have been to pit road here, so the strategies keep playing a role, and with these early cautions, 3rd one already of the night, we could be easily in line for one of the weirdest 300-mile races we've seen yet. Top 2, DeGroot, DeMay, Porcelli, Houston, Fredrickson, Julian Altena up to 6th already. Julian starting in the 11th position. Sebastian Kinder, one of the bigger movers in this race. Now, granted, a lot of strategy has been in play here with pit stops and stuff, but let's look at some of the bigger movers in the race so far. You see Stoltz, Josh, who's a big-time Twitter follower. He is up 15 spots to 10th right now. Max Williams up 14th tonight. Tyler Davala up 11 spots to up 11th, up 13. Of course, Davala, the champion over at the Blown Piston Racing League that we broadcast here on the Captain Esports Network. All right, let's try it again. Green flag. And you see right off the bat, Dakota DeMay, the driver, video game developer, right here up to the lead. After starting P2, Dakota, one of the better oval drivers. You see some defensive driving going on up here with the lap car of Eli Stoltz. The 15 of Porcelli goes by. Matt Houston, who is outside, he'll go by. Eli up the track, look out. We ride with Porcelli in the sixth position, or in the third position. He's in sixth gear, now fifth. If you got a good handling race car, you are wide open around this track the whole time. And we are actually inside the helmet, oh, by the way. Matt Houston all over the gearbox of the 15. You see him back there, jump to the high side a little bit there. If you look out the right mirror, there he is in the mirror. He'll probably get a good draft run here. Let's see if he pokes to the inside. Not a good enough run. Maybe saving some gas a little bit too. And right there, the fastest lap of the race by Porcelli, a 40.9. Caution back out, trouble. One car, oh, two cars down to the wall hard. Josh Stoltz is spun to the inside. Isaac Morris is destroyed. The attrition rate is up right now. The other car in the back there, I'm trying to see. Is that Geisler? No, it's not Geisler. Not Grajova. Oh, it is. It's Sam Blackwood. Oh, no, the 98. Those are teammates, actually. The 98 and the 63 car. All right, is there a full moon outside tonight? All right, let's see if I can go find what happened here on lap number 23 of this race. There's Stoltz already sitting there at the time of the wreck. There's Isaac in the 63. It's going to happen up ahead. There's the wreck already. Stoltz is wrecking. Oh, and Isaac gets clipped by somebody. I think it's Harleman in the 20. So what happens to Stoltz? Oh, contact. Oh, wow. Him and Blackwood. Now, you could be asking, okay, how come the 99's not on the brakes? Problem is, he is. The car can't control itself. But we'll get you on board here. Let's look at this wreck one more time. Yeah, I was trying to get to it and quick enough, and I didn't. All right, look. What opened on pit road? Anybody see this to the right? Well, I got something else to look at a replay now. Like I said, you just never know what you might catch on TV. Anyways, let's go on board with the 99. See him sliding up, sliding up. There's the contact. Ouch. You can't stop a car where only one tire's on the track pretty much. But let's I'm going to rewind this here manually because we come up on something here. What in the world is going on pit road here? Who is that car? It's a VOR car. Bart is not having a good night. Now, in fairness to Bart, I have done this before too. Oh, geez. Let's see who else came to pit road here this time by. Looks like Dakota DeMay, Matt Houston, those guys have come to pit road here. They're going to top their tanks off freshly. And I can see how they're going to try to make this maybe on 4 more stops, potentially. All right, pace car lights are off. It looked like maybe you got a little tight mid corner. Is that what I saw, Josh? I mean, I know you're saying it got loose, but it looked like it kind of washed up a little bit. Was that because you were fighting the loose? Here we go, pace car back in. Let's try it again. Gotcha. Good restart for the top 3, who is now Nick DeGroot, David Porcelli, Oscar Fredrickson up to the top 3. Julian Alton up to 4. Shane Coogan, your top 5. Oh, Oscar looking inside of Porcelli there, potentially for second. It's all about where your settings are now in this car. Now, here's the one thing we got to look at. We are now lap 27. The front 6 cars have not pitted yet for fuel. However, we have run nearly 10 to 12 laps of caution time. So these guys could probably go another, I would say, 8 to 10 laps, maybe on fuel, if not a little less. So depending on mileage inside here, I thought I saw some 3 wide with Geisler. Now you could see some very interesting strategies coming up here. Ryan Antonio Estrada here in the 74 car, getting a toe off of Forsyth. Alex Van de Sant in this battle, got to be very patient. One car off the pace there. Who is that? It's Sam Blackwood's who it is. So Sam Blackwood off the pace right now. And we're hopefully getting ourselves into a little bit of a rhythm now in this race. It's had a little bit of a frantic start, need we say. Oh, Julian Easy got down the apron too much there. Got a little loose. You can see the back end swamp. He's going to lose a ton of momentum. Shane trying to get to the inside, but as we want, Nick DeGroot has blinked out. Well, let's add even more drama to this race. The leader just blinked out. So as that happens, the leader is now David Porcelli in a 15. So a crazy race has got even crazier. As outside, Julian Alton making a pass on Coogan for third. Liz just joining us, the 5th running of the Indianapolis 300 here on the Captain Esports Network tonight. All part of the Velocity Online Racing Series presented by Apex Sage Coaching. .225 miles an hour. These guys down into turn 3 and 4. And there's our 2-time back-to-back winner looking for the three-peat, something that no guy has ever done in the real Indy 500 history. So can it be done in iRacing and on the Velocity Online Racing League? I will say throughout tonight also, if you do hear myself kind of quiet or maybe making like some noises in the background and stuff like that, some reason today my back decided to spasm out on me again like it did a few weeks ago, and there's certain ways I can and can't sit, or I have to stand up and stuff. So sometimes you might hear me like just being quiet. It's because I'm adjusting and trying to get comfortable. So forgive me for that. I am not 100% over here. I know I sound like I'm whining like a little girl, and I'm sorry. Dakota DeMay up here getting some pressure on James Watson here. Some fresh tires from his last pit stop. There's a move to the inside off the draft. He actually checks up there a little bit. Kind of being a little patient, I would say, there in that number 98 car. Or, I'm sorry, the 82 car. Hey, Dakota. How you doing, buddy? Does it mirrors look like the body in the car? It looks like it's dancing, like got music on or something, like an eye. It's got maybe headphones on as he goes to the outside of Celiac there. Kind of like he's got maybe AirPods in his ears. He's dancing the whole time. Now up front, Oscar Fredrickson has gone by Porcelli for the lead. You see Joel Harleman right up here in front. He's trying to draft off of him. Let's go back to the, right at Q here. Let's go back to the pass for the lead here. Oscar inside makes the move on the 15. So Oscar a 3/10 of a second lead over Porcelli. Julian Alton up to third. Coogan and Kinder your top five. Max Williams, great run for him up to the 6th position. Duvall up to 7th. Craig Forsyth and Alex Vandesand 8th and 9th. Teammates there. And Antonio Estrada up in the top 10. Great job on everybody so far who have made it through to a little bit of chaos here. The green flag runs have started to settle. We're going to see the rest of the top 5 who have not pitted yet, probably on pit road here in the next minute or two. Now, for those who are cheering DeGroot on, he is back on track, but 5 laps down now after looks like losing connection in the race. So, unfortunate situation there. You see the field getting spread out now as the aerodynamics really come into play. Now it's all about using the bars, and for those who don't know what those are, basically you have different things that you can adjust in your car while you're out there driving. You got the anti-roll bars, which of course if you go up and down on the front or the rear, it adjusts either if your car doesn't turn or turns better. And then of course you have the old weight jacker. And you got to hit the number so you don't do what the 33 almost just did there and hit the wall. Watching to see if the leaders do come in. Not yet. All 5 stay out so far. Porcelli making the pass on Harleman for, not really for a position, more to put him another lap down from the field. Nobody's made her move to pit road. I do see Christian Alejo on pit road, it looks like. So eventually when these cars do come to pit road, this is going to be your leader of this race, more than likely. Max Williams in the 8 car, driving for YJ Esports. Max, another driver that performs over in the BPRL League, a truck series and Cup series that runs Friday and Sunday nights that you'll see on the Captain Esports Network. But Max out here learning how to drive this Indy car and doing a pretty solid job. And here comes Oscar to pit road. So the leader comes in. You see the difference of pit road here in the Indy setup is pit road. You do get a little bit of a longer space before you do get to pit road. Where in the stock car side, the pit road line actually starts back at the wall, at the beginning of the wall. But the 12 is in for his first pit stop here at lap 40. Get the fuel finished. There he goes. He pulls away. So now Julian Alton leads, and the great news here is you could pit for the most part and still stay on the lead lap. And here's Julian going to maybe lock it up here. Porcelli coming in pretty hot. Others coming in. So there it is, Max Williams officially to the lead here in Indianapolis. And they pull away. So one thing we do got to watch on pit road, by the way, there is a bump in turn 1 that can be very, very tricky coming off pit road as Max Williams is in. So Williams leads a lap and gives up the point. And Max with an 8.2 second stop, so he'll pull away and should be able to bounce out up here at about the top 15 or so, right in front of teammate Tyler Duvall. And look who is in the lead. What do you know? Alex Van de Sant, the driver, the Purdue graduate out of Indianapolis in that area. Got the Happy Trails chili seasoning mix, which you can purchase on Amazon right now. Got that paint scheme on. Of course, his, believe it's his uncle that creates that chili, the chili mix. All you gotta do is, if I remember the quote correctly, is you add water, meat, or beans and sauce, and you've got the happy mix or something like that. Second, Craig Forsyth. That's his teammate there at LMC Gear. Third position, Antonio Estrada, as I mentioned him all night. He's having a career night so far here. How about Ty Richter, the 33 car, up to the 4th position. And they're right behind him, Cohen Evans, who made that whoopsies with too much weight jacker into turn 1 earlier. Made to save, and here he is now in the 5th position. Of course, with pit stops happening in the cycle of pit stops, Cohen going to continue the dig here in this 37 car. Should be seeing these guys on pit road here in the next, I would say, 3 or 4, maybe 5 laps. Look at how much Cohen had to get out of the throttle there a little bit. Just shows the handling that's coming into play here. All right, now if you ask me what the best pit strategy is, I don't know. To answer your question, I can't really figure it out. Right now, these guys leading at 47. If they can go to lap 55, you look at 30 as 85. From there is 115. So they would have to find a way to go 32 laps. That ain't going to be easy. Now, cool thing about these cars, if you don't know much about them, they do have different mappings that you could use, which will help you with fuel mileage and things like that. Plus, if you ride behind another car and let it kind of pull you through the slipstream, as they call it, kind of like what Dakota's doing here. He's drafting off of the 39 car. It's a good way to save fuel also, as one car off the pace on the inside here. That's Bart. Oh, and Bart's having all kinds of issues out here. Oh, good to know, AJ. I was wondering about that.
So you go 32 to 33 laps from 55, you can get to lap 87, and at that point it's 33 to the finish. So if you can do that and get to 55 here, which is 7 laps away, this becomes a 2-stop race, and that would put it in these guys' hands. But for some of these cars, you're looking at 35 laps on this stint. Actually, no, I'm sorry, 37 laps. We watch James Watson come to pit road. There's Dakota running in the 8th, now 7th position. Teammate right in front of him, Matt Houston. Mrs. Van de Sant watching tonight. Appreciate you, ma'am. Please do me a favor, if your family could eat a tenderloin sometime in the future for me. That's one of the rare things I do miss about Indiana is the tenderloins are really good. Especially if you go to like a Grindstone Charlie or something like that up in that area. Get these tenderloins that are ridiculously sized. One of the faster cars out here right now is this 74 car of Antonio Estrada, doing a great job. So the last time by the laps. See Estrada, a 38 there, running in 3rd, as he's going to come to pit road right now. That's why he's going so fast, is because he's trying to get the fastest lap possible to get in here to the pits and gain that track position. There's Dakota running in the 5th position right now. Estrada 4 tires and fuel here. Oh, Ty Richter, look out. Once again, very easy to do. Craig Forsyth on pit road. Craig always running the players' throwback paint scheme to the good old days of the Alex Tagliani, Greg Moore days. Oh, and caution is out. This is going to help Craig right here. Isaac Morris has spun on the back straightaway. That's the caution. Heavy nose damage, but let's watch Craig come off pit road here. And he is going to come out in big shape right now. When Isaac Morris, a champion a couple of seasons ago, brings out the 4th caution here at the Speedway. So let's go see what happens to Isaac. Lap 53. Very odd. You see him back up the car to try to get off the track. See if I can get a better view of this. He gets loose there, it looks like. The back end just comes around. Not sure if the damage affected him or something. But he spins out, and unfortunately there's cars right there. You see him immediately throws in reverse trying to get off the track. Because in iRacing, what happens is when a car gets within a certain distance of a car that's wrecked, that's what throws the caution out. So if he got off the track, he might have avoided a yellow coming out. So here come the leaders to pit road. Race off pit road. Alex Van de Sande easily. Cohen Evans going to be second. Then you see Matt Houston there in the 66, but some cars staying out here, including Oscar Fredrickson into 12. He is going to stay out and be the leader of this race at lap 55. And I'm going to go quiet here for a second, as I told you earlier a little bit about the spasming of my back happening here a little bit today. I'm actually going to get up and just kind of stretch it out for a second. And yeah, I'm gonna go quiet here for just a quick second. So I'll be right back. All right, getting ready to go back to racing here at lap number 56. With Oscar and Julian Altina, David Porcelli, Shane Coogan, and Antonio Estrada, your top five. Your top three cars, it looks like, have stayed out. Top four cars have stayed out here as they continue to play the pit strategy here. That's becoming a big factor in this race as we get ready to come back to the green flag. I'm going to be quiet, and we're going to do an Indianapolis version of Turn It Up on the Captain Esports Network. You see the teammates up here battling it out for the lead. As we come up to halfway, we are going to do something very interesting now for this race. So obviously, the viewers, we appreciate you guys watching this evening. But we're going to have an opportunity to do something that we've really never done before, and it's something we want to do tonight specifically for Indianapolis. Tonight, you have an opportunity to pick the driver of the race. Yes, it is something that has been put together by Julian Altina, one of the owners of the league, and I am going to post a link right now in the stream. And there it is. It is on the stream. You should be able to see it. It's posted to Twitch and YouTube. Waiting on it to post on Facebook. I'll let you know when that happens. But in that link, you can click on it and pick who is your vote for the driver of the race. And at that point, I will, at the end of the race, it's on Facebook now, we will see who you vote for, and that person will be the winner of the driver of the race. As we take a look at the race summary, Julian Alton now leads. Well, for a second now, Oscar Fredrickson's going to go back to the front. Or no, Julian's back to the lead, actually. 5 cautions, 15 laps, 28 started the race. Shane Coogan with the fastest lap of the race with a 40.921. Look back here, a couple of cars fighting for the 13th position. So the million-dollar question here is what's the best strategy to be on? Because I'm looking at some of these cars and the strategies that we're on. We got some cars that pitted in over 20 laps. We got some that pitted in the last 10. We've got some that just pitted. I mean, what's going to be the right one here? I mean, obviously cautions are going to play a role and all that stuff, even if we have any more the rest of the race. We about had one right there. On the back straightaway to turn 3. You see Van de Sant running in the 7th position right now. Forsythe there in 6th. So what is on the horizon for Captain Esports Network as we go into Sunday and into Monday? Tomorrow night we'll have the running of the LSRL Truck Series race from the Charlotte Roval. That'll be tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Monday night, the Nora Truck Series, they will be on the road course at the Charlotte Roval. The second race at the Roval this weekend, and then we'll be back for the LSRL Xfinity Series presented by Grid Finder. And trying to think, Kansas Speedway for that race. So a lot of great racing to go here on the Captain Esports Network. As for this league, well, I want to say something's next week, but I seem to always get it wrong. Yep, we get the week off next week. No, Indianapolis tonight. Nope, we get Milwaukee Mile next week. 150 laps around that 1 mile track. So there you go. We do have something next week. I've looked at some of the votes already on the website, and there's some interesting votes. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, issues! Estrada's in the wall with Thomas Geisler. Caution out again. Oh, Estrada, who is having a fantastic run. He toes to pit road. Anyone else? Oh, Ty Richter with damage too. Another good run up in smoke. Trying to see potentially anyone else involved, but right now I'm counting 3 cars involved in this wreck. That brings out the 6th caution. All right, let's roll that beautiful bean footage, which has already happened at this moment. Oh, contact right in front there. Estrada got in the wall hard. Guys, oh, look at, wow, what a miss. 2 big misses. That's Sebastian Kinder. Oh, my gosh. Hey, you might want to vote for Sebastian Kinder. What a miss that was right there by that 97 car. Watch this replay. I'm going to hit stop real quick. Kinder back here in his 97 car. I mean, best thing I can tell you right here is that awkward moment when a deer comes out in front of you. Watch this. Yeah, there you go, work. And I think the other car was, I'm trying to see who that was back there, but we got pit stops happening. So let's jump out and come to pit road. And the race off pit road going to go to, it looks like the 31 of Altina. So once again, the strategy gets shaken up. Kind of like I like to say, you throw it in the old Yahtzee red tube and shake it up and throw it back out there. There's your race strategy now. So now with everything cycling around, let's go to Craig Forsyth, who now leads this race. So we have had numerous lead changes in this race, not just from racing out there on the track, but with pit strategy and stuff happening here. And because of that, Forsyth now leads. Matt Houston, Alex Van de St. Cohen Evans, Dakota DeMay. As we say, the cream kind of starts to rise to the top, so we're starting to see the guys that are up in the points showing their muscle here towards the latter half of this race. Now, one car that we need to keep an eye on is this guy right here, DeGroot, because he is and slowly working his way up the ladder now. Is he going to win this race? Probably not. He's going to need a miracle, let's be honest. But he is gaining positions as these cars fall out of this race. And all of a sudden you see him down there in the 19th position. Yeah, he's 4 laps down. But way not to give up here. You just never know. Pace car lights are off. We'll go back racing here at lap 70. Just shy of the 200-mile mark. And again, big thanks to our friends at the Track Cams 4 Gourmet for allowing us to have these closest to real-life pictures you will see on most broadcast channels online here. Even though this is a simulator, it looks like we're watching real TV right now. For those watching maybe on a big screen right now or something. Here we go. Pace car is in. And back to green we go at Indianapolis. If you ever want to know what it's like to watch a race at the Brickyard, you're seeing it right here in front of you. So Matt Houston, who won earlier in the VOR European Series. In the 200-mile race, here he is now up in the front at lap 70, looking to sweep the races today. Not sure if that's ever been done in VOR history, but how cool would that be? Matt, who has definitely become one of the better oval racers here in this series. And the Sunset Arctic Games number 82 of Dakota DeMay there in the 5th position right now. Looking through the top 10 here, looking at strategies and stuff. You got most of these guys 17 to 20 laps into their run now, and then you look back at 6th position, Oscar Fredrickson. These guys just came off pit road. So for them, you're looking at almost lap 100 and a one-stopper for everybody to get to the finish. Once again, what strategy would you want right now? There's James Watson in the 12th position. James having a great consistent run right now. He's got Grijalva right here behind him making a run to the inside, the 13th position. The man who had trouble even getting rolling off the grid earlier takes the 12th position away and is hanging out in the lead lap right now. Once again, a reminder, you can vote for what driver you think deserves the Driver of the Night award, Driver of the Race. By going and clicking that link right now that you see to the straw poll. You click on it, it'll take you over to a website where you can vote for who you feel has been the best driver tonight to watch. Checking up here at the front is Matt Houston. Leads with Craig Forsyth, Alex Van de Sand, all these guys saving gas. Meanwhile, this is becoming a mess back here. Porcelli there rolling the high side on Kinder. Going to a part of the speedway you're really not supposed to run. The top side. A lot of juking and jiving going on here. Look at that run right there. That is Porcelli passing almost 3 cars and almost some contact there too. Yikes. Careful, fellas. Oh, Grosjean getting a little tight. Got a little bit of room for Davala there. Oh, what a run. Grosjean to the outside. Power move. And that's going to kill the momentum of Davala. He's going to lose another spot to Kinder. Oh, Grosjean. He did everything but hit the wall there. So what I'm noticing is if you can get some clean air, the top side might actually work a little bit for you. There's Joe going by Isaac Morris for now. So Houston leads by 0.3 right now over Forsyth. So a lot of these guys probably in a fuel save mode right now. As Davala and Watson battle for 12th. Sam Blackwood going to come to pit road. He's unfortunately max 6 laps down and 21st right now. I'll have to check on that because I wonder if he didn't make the list or something before or didn't sign up for it maybe. I'm not sure how the league put it together. I know they handed it to me before the race, so I'm sorry if that is the case. I mean, I could always take note if Bree, or I assume you're voting for Rick, or for Dan, or for, what? For Mr. Porcelli. David, how about that? Sorry about that. So we're past the 200-mile mark. And I do appreciate all the viewers watching tonight, including Miss Bree. Appreciate you, ma'am. Watching this evening here on the Captain Esports Network. Of course, the sponsor tonight of the Indianapolis 300. So we appreciate everybody joining us on tonight, a special night. The first ever race I have actually sponsored. It's part of the series, and as you might read in the bottom of the description tonight, the reason why I'm sponsoring this race. Tonight I'm kicking off, I don't even know what the right term is. I guess a job, so to say, maybe, or a task to start the matter to get the word of celiac out. For those who do not know what celiac disease is, you can look it up. It's basically an autoimmune system deal where the protein of things like wheat and barley and items like that attack the lower intestines of your body after eating. So a lot of people cannot eat gluten foods. So unfortunately, my 2-year-old daughter, who's about to turn 3 in December, is one who suffers from it. And she was diagnosed with it a year ago this week. And, I want to start the research to go get get the word out to people. I'm only part of it. So hopefully if you know somebody who has it, or might be one that yourself has it or something like that, or might not even know you have it, we might be able to help you or help that person or whatever get the word out as Grishova comes to pit road here. Get the word out so we can share the research for it and more. So I know starting November 1st, I plan on going out and getting a partner of a research website and stuff, and we're going to start working on it and probably start taking donations and stuff online if people want to help with the keep the research going and get the word out to people. There should be nothing to be ashamed of for those who might have it or those who find out they have it. It makes them no different than anybody in the world. So that's what this is all about. It's about getting the word out. It's about letting people know they're not alone, that it's okay to have this. You're totally normal, and that you can live a life. So we're seeing some pit stops happening here at lap 86, just near the window, if not right on the edge of it, to get into the checkered flag on one stop. I'm actually not going to be on a website. What I'm more going to do is go and get a website, like if it's nationalceliac.org, or basically I got to go talk to some people some more and try to find a website and an organization that I'm going to go support. And at that point, bring that website on board here. So it's just I'm just starting tonight to get the word out. Let's just put it like that. So appreciate that, Bree, and I'll definitely stay in contact, obviously, with David, and we'll get that out there. So, I mean, it's amazing when you see the numbers and stuff of how many people suffer from this. It's amazing, and don't even know maybe that they do, or they feel shameful to put their word out there, and it's totally okay to bring the word out, because people need to know, so that you never know if you have it. It's kind of scary. Caution is out. Trouble on the track. And it might, Max is on pit road. Sam Blackwood's on pit road. Who might it be? I'm looking for it. I don't know who it's for. But caution is out. I don't see any damaged cars yet anywhere. I have no clue what his caution's for. We'll see if I can find it, maybe. And Joel's coming out of pit road. I'm looking. Did somebody throw debris on the track or something, maybe? Leaders coming to pit road. That was tight. Yeah, I have no clue where this wreck is. There's the caution. Yeah. Sometimes you just can't win that battle. I have a events thing here on my other screen that tells me like who wrecks or whatever. This one ain't saying a word to me. So I'm just gonna throw this one out to debris. Yep, that's it. Debris. So everybody came to pit road just now, and the race was won by Matt Houston. Let's go and watch the race off pit road. And a race won by Houston. Could this race fall into team race versus hands once again? I appreciate that, Bree. Yeah, the weird thing about, not weird, but the one thing about it that I want to be careful of is I don't want to go find a website. It's like a fake website or something that like is just there. I want to find like a website that's supported by like maybe some of the big companies, maybe United Way or something like that, or I mean, I found two so far that are pretty big, but I want to see like which one that I can get on the website, maybe reach out to both of them and see who wants to be supported. Maybe I'll support them both. Who knows? But either way, it's something I want to get looked at and be a part of. So. So Craig Forsyth here running in second. Those probably don't know this story. Craig actually spent a few weeks last year racing with his hands. And what I mean by that is he had surgery on both of his feet last year. And there were times he would try to race and be one of the slowest cars out there because he was just struggling, just trying to do the best he could on nights like that. And he would just continue to race hard. And here he is now in the second position with less than 30 laps to go as we get ready to come back to the green of the Indianapolis 300 here, the Virtual Speedway on iRacing. Houston getting them up to speed. And here he comes, Craig for the lead. Got him. I think the racing gloves are on now. You want to get what you can get before the tires really start to wear out. Cohen Evans, look at this comeback up to the 4th position. That is the 3rd of 3 LMC gear cars up in the top 4 right now. If Jim Herrick is watching, he's got to be on the edge of his seat right now. As Porcelli and Altina there battle for position, 8th and 9th. Looking out the back of the driver of the 31 car. Now Alex Van de Sant just made the pass for the 2nd position and is going for the lead now into turn 1. The back-to-back champion of this race leads on lap 95. No driver has ever won the Indianapolis 500 3 years in a row. You can go back to Helio. You can go back to Bill Volkovich back in the 50s, who in his 3rd try unfortunately lost his life in a wreck on the back straightaway. I mean, so many names you can think of in all the history of the 4-time winner story of those drivers. Nobody has done it 3 in a row. Yes, it's a simulator, but could Alex do it 3 seasons in a row on iRacing? The LMC guys working well together. I'm sure they're trying to get Cohen up here with them. Oh, Craig almost caught the wall off 1 there. Right there, Shane Coogan looking to the inside of his, we'll say, quasi-teammate. The 5150 cars there in the red and black, and then the VOR cars in blue and black. Similar, we'll say, to teammates. Ooh. Porcellian has got the wall back there in the 15 car. Again, next week, these guys at the Milwaukee Mile virtually here on the Captain Esports Network. Next Saturday night, 7:30 Eastern Time. Joseph Grajova with issues. No caution. But another car with a great run going has wrecked off turn 2, I'm guessing. What happened to the 97? Or to the 47, sorry. Oh, yeah, turn 1 bit him. Oh. And that's C-Squared Racing, number 47, unfortunately going to go behind the wall. And out of this race. 50 miles left in this race. Back here, Dakota DeMay outside of Julian Altina. And with that outside line at Indianapolis, I know in real life wouldn't be that good, but it's made the racing fun at this track. Back here for the third spot, or for fourth, I should say. That's Oscar Fredrickson. Trying to make moves. We see people trying to break the draft everywhere out here. Yeah, the dirty air in the corners, but the straightaways, obviously the draft is a major helper to get back up there in this pack, and it keeps everybody from kind of separating away from each other. $18 laps to go as you see Dakota under attack. Shane Coogan trying to get a run. Not able to do so. Let's look back here in the 11th position. There's James Watson having a great run into 39. This is all part of the, I guess we'd call it the 10th through 12th, is the very flamboyant cars here. And I mean that obviously in a funny way, because look at this. 97 car with the James Watson paint on there, all the colors on this car. James Watson, he's obviously got the colors on his car. And then Christian Alesio back here. Look at the colors on this car. And, of course, Gutsy, you see on the 81 car. That is, oh, I don't want to get this wrong. I believe it's Vegan, if I remember correctly. He sponsored a race last season. It's either vegetarian or vegan. I can't remember exactly, but it's a website you can go purchase like food items and stuff from. They sponsored last season one of the races, so really cool, Christian, to put that paint scheme out there. I just don't want to get that wrong. Or it might even be organic, as I think about it now. So there's Craig Forsythe following his teammate. Oh, got a little push loose there. Got to be careful. Do not want to have a catch under or oversteer problem. As here's Julian Alton starting to put pressure on his teammate, Oscar Fredrickson. Now, Julian is very notorious for jumping in a high side the way he is. He does this all the time. He does it in a stock car when he's out there racing. He'll put the car up there in the top groove, and he's doing it here at Indy now. And look at the run he gets with the crossover move. He does it because you can get the clean air up there. The problem is now is he's at a disadvantage But he's going to take the spot away here, so I think Oscar realized, look, he wants to help his teammate here and sees he's going to get by him. Gets back single file with him to not lose that pack. "12 laps to go at the Brickyard." Oh, look at there. What a mix, huh? Gluten-free, there's the celiac part. And for vegetarians, very cool. Thank you, Roy. And I was trying to remember from the website. I couldn't remember off the top of my head. I remember reading a lot about it when they sponsored this race a couple of seasons ago, one of the races. It's a really cool website, really intriguing. And part of that gluten-free stuff, too, also, depending on where you are, I know like in the Midwest, Indianapolis, that area where I used to live up in that way, Kroger, obviously a really popular store. I've done research there, and actually they have a label. If you go grocery shopping at a Kroger, you'll see the G, like a green G, on their labels that'll say gluten-free or any other kind of free or vegan or whatever. It kind of relates to each type of group of, whatever you prefer to eat in that kind of diet or whatever, which I think is really cool, helpful. Because, I mean, God forbid you grab the wrong food and have something bad happen, Alex Van de Sand, half-second lead as the handling really starts to come into play now. I go back to a race in a league that a lot of these guys race in on Tuesday nights. Actually going to have a new name this season, but the league formerly known as TI. Alex Van de Sand, I remember the first season we broadcasted, Alex had no career wins in that series. And he had worked hard, and a lot of things transpired, and Alex went to victory lane and got his first win here at Indianapolis. And from then, all I've read about on his social media pages and in different leagues is how he's gone out and won at Indianapolis. He gets numerous wins at this track, and already some are giving him the label of Mr. Indianapolis or the King of the Brickyard. Now, obviously, other leagues and some of the big boy series, no disrespect here, but you look at some of the big boy series and stuff, they might think different. But when it comes to VOR and it comes to racing in this series, he is by far the King of Indianapolis, and he is showing it right now. He is 7 laps next time by away from three-peat in this race. I mean, let's look at the number 3 here for example. I'm going to bring up a team that a lot of people don't want to talk about, but you know what? I'm going to bring them up. New England, the Patriots, Tom Brady. All those years that they won Super Bowls and the big game and stuff like that, they never did it 3 times in a row. The Dallas Cowboys of the 90s never won 3 in a row. Came close twice. I make that one time, sorry. Baseball, the Yankees. The Dodgers back in the 80s. Teams like that never won it 3 times in a row. The only team I can think of professionally, off the top of my head, that won 3 times in a row the Chicago Bulls of the 90s. Now, go to racing. Of course, you think NASCAR, Jimmy Johnson, 5 championships in a row. Something that I will put this out on a shelf and bet anybody. Nobody does that again. Will not happen again. It just shows you how tough in any kind of sport, and it's a video game or not, simulator or not, whatever you want to call this, it's impossible. It's very hard to win anything 3 times in a row, especially when you have a field like this full of competitors and very fast cars. I mean, you've got a field of cars in this series, I would say up to 20 cars in this race right now could win this thing. You know, with the attrition that has happened and different things that have happened, and now you've got a guy up front here who is pulling away, oh, by the way, now, who's about to win this race for a 3rd time in a row. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here, but I'm just trying to point out the obvious here and how tough this really is. But one thing's for certain, if you're Jim Herrick, you got to be happy as hell right now. He's got 3 of the top 4 positions in this race. With LMC gear right now, you got 2 of the top 5. Obviously, 2 of the top 6. Julian and Oscar Fredrickson right now, 5th and 6th. You got Raceverse and Matt Houston up here in 3rd. Four laps to go. And I freshly remind you, there are no green-white checkers in this series and in really any IndyCar racing. So right now, the point of no return. The 2 teammates battling it out. And look at this, Porcelli and Shane Coogan going for 7th. Ooh, Porcelli checked up a little bit. Got a little tight there off the crosswind of that car. They're getting, wow, I just said something unbelievable. The nose air, the air off the nose. That's what I was trying to say. All of a sudden, my English is going down the drain. Van de Sant off turn 4, white flag, final lap here at Indianapolis. It is an unbelievable feat that we are about to witness here in the Velocity Online Racing Series presented by Apex Sage Coaching as Alex Van de Sant, well, let's call him the king of this track. Why not? As he comes off turn 4, a three-peat has been accomplished. Alex Van de Sant, winner of the 5th Indianapolis 300.
My bad.
Good win, Alex. Good podium, Matt.
Yeah, nice win there, Alex.
Thanks. Great race, guys.
You can hear the guys all talking and congratulating each other. Craig Forsythe 2nd, Matt Houston 3rd, Cohen Evans 4th.
Yeah, good win, Alex.
And Julian Altena, your top 5. There you see it.
Congrats, Alex. 3 in a row. Jesus.
That's well said.
Is it really 3?
I think so. I'm pretty sure you won last season and also season 3. So.
Hell yeah. Great race.
He didn't even know he won 3 in a row. How awesome is that? Oh, what happened? I guess he didn't want to do a burnout. That's totally okay, but what a great job it was. Let's take a look at the results of this race. Van de Sant wins at 1 second over his teammate Craig Forsyth. Matt Houston third, and a fourth for Cohen Evans gives it a 1-2-4 finish for LMC Gear. Matt Houston finishing in third. Julian Alton of fifth. Fredrickson sixth. Shane Coogan seventh. David Porcelli finishes eighth. Dakota DeMay ninth. And Sebastian Kinder, a great top 10 finish for him. Looking at the top 20 now. Christian Alagio, a great run for the 81 car at 11th. James Watson 12th. Tyler Davala 13th. Ty Richter 14th. Nick DeGroot finishes 15th after leading early in this race and having some connection issues. Joel Harleman finishing 16th. Antonio Estrada, unfortunately, involved in a wreck. He finished 17th. I see these guys had trouble throughout the night. Grijalva 18th. Isaac Morris 19th. Max Williams 20th. 21st, Sam Blackwood. Thomas Geisler. Bart Fauerstein. Eli Sazik. Josh Stoltz. Dan Herrera. A.J. Musselman and Lewis Woodall. Unfortunately, only finishing 1 lap tonight in this running of the Indianapolis 300. So, all right. Let's talk to the drivers. We'll start with our third place finisher tonight, Matt Houston. Matt, first things first here. I got to realize that I'm now on push to talk because I raced last night. Great job tonight. Third place finish for you here. But a little congratulations to you on winning earlier today. I know you and your race first team from previous times have always ran well here. You had a 1-2-3 in another league. You 1-2'd earlier today. What was missing tonight to get that sweep?
Well, it was a good race. I was happy with my qualifying. I was really happy about my finish earlier in the day. 1-2 for the team there.
Mm-hmm.
This race came down to when the caution happened. It was really good when it actually happened there with about, what do we have, 33 to go or so. Because I was going to have to fuel safe to the end. So honestly, at the end of the day, I'm very happy with this finish. I haven't talked to you for a really long time, so it's really good to talk to you in the booth here. Always put on a great broadcast for the league here, and I need more of these. I haven't had a win in VOR since the first season, so I wouldn't count. I think the EU Series, Euro Series is a separate league. So I don't count that one as a VOR win.
Hey, a win's a win, though.
Yeah, but I want to get a win. This league is, it has a lot of really good drivers. Like Alex is here. You got Cohen and Craig and Isaac. And we were talking about in the race, we were saying, who's missing here tonight? And then we realized Gavin wasn't here.
Yes. Because
he would have been right up there with everybody else. So I thought it was a really good race. Maybe a little bit too many cautions out there. I'm going to have to talk to Julian about maybe making it 125. So the pit strategy is you go 30 laps. You know it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 30, 60, 90, and that's the race. So if we went some weird number, then that would be better.
Well, it's ironic because you have your Formula Indy series that you run. Of course, I have a series over here on Thursdays I run. I've actually got my own Indianapolis 500. There's a twist. The 500 kilometers. Do you know how many 500 kilometers are? Or how many laps?
Probably 125.
Bingo! Look at that.
There you go.
So that would be interesting.
We run over an FIS. We don't run it every season anyway, but we run 400K. So that's just 100 laps is what it is. So, but even then, you have strategy because, again, it takes 30, 60, 90, and then you have 10 laps. So somebody could theoretically pit with 10 laps into the race, and they'll have the same kind of, assuming it went green, they'll have the same amount of stops as everybody else. So but yeah.
I was going to say, so hypothetically speaking, if this is a 125 lap race, do you make it to 125?
No, I don't. And it would, so I think then, I mean, that would have shifted everything. I think, so like Shane, there was a different group there with like Shane, my teammate. He was on a strategy that would have been, he pit later than all of us. And he would have been good for that kind of stint if it was the 125.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk to Julian about that. 'Cause we've done however many seasons with the 120 lap thing. Yeah, so it'll be good. And yeah, it's just really good. Good to be back on the podium. I needed a good finish. I've had like a lot of bad races this season.
I have noticed that, and it's something that, you know, I've brought up on the air numerous times, and I've actually said to Gary, I'm like, is Matt okay? You know, because it's like, you know, I've had other people that like have raced and I've broadcasted for and find out they've had like maybe health issues or they've had wheel issues or something, and I'm like, is Matt okay? You know, I keep asking that, but you know, it's great to see you out here. Third place finish, obviously. I mean, you do well at Indianapolis. I know Alex is Alex, but it's still a great job tonight for you and the team, man. Great job for Raceverse. And a side note, if you get a chance, go check out Raceverse. They're a great broadcasting network. I know Gary does some stuff. You guys do a lot of stuff. And but you know, give your shout-outs whoever you like to, bud.
Yeah, thanks. I got to thank my wife, first of all. You know, she puts up with, imagine on a Saturday, I'm like, hey, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm gonna go race, and she puts up with that. And then, hey, 7 o'clock, I'm gonna go race again. And I was planning in the Euro Series to end up missing quite a few of those, but I haven't missed any because I'm second in points over there. So that's pretty good for me. I got to thank the rest of the team. Thomas had a rough race this race, but he had a great race earlier today. Shane and Dakota ran strong. Always thank, of course, Dakota with Sunset Arctic Games. Go wish list the Echo Blade on Steam, and you can buy Voltic Pistol as always as well.
I believe the demo is out right now. Still, you can go play that over on Steam.
Yeah, you can get the Echo Blade demo, and of course, like you already mentioned it, Formula Indy Series we run on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock. And man, do we have a car count and talent in that league. We're probably average about 30 cars a race.
Good for you, man. That's awesome.
7 different winners in 7 different races. It's pretty amazing.
Which
we've got a great group of drivers.
Is one short of the IndyCar record?
Well, I haven't looked into that, but
where's Gary? Gary!
I'm surprised Gary wasn't in the booth with you tonight. But I will say, going back to Gary, it was tough having him not out here today.
Right.
He's running 4 Raceverse over in the Lionheart Series now in the Speedway Series.
Wow, good.
And he was pumped up, you know, to get into that race on Monday, and his VR just completely died.
No!
So, really tough break for him. But a shout out to Gary there, and great win by Alex and LMC Gear.
Yeah, great job by all of you, man. Great job. Good to hear from you. Best of luck over there, and I know one day I'll be over there making an appearance racing or something. We'll see, but I just don't know when. But I will. So
right. Sounds good, Chris.
Right, thanks, Matt. Appreciate your time. Matt Houston finishing in the 3rd position tonight. He is a previous winner of this race, just not in this league, but he's got a win here at Indianapolis. Let's talk to our runner-up tonight, Craig Forsyth here. One that, all right, I'm going to be honest with you. We're not supposed to be biased, but there was a small part of me deep down inside. It was like, come on, Craig, you got this. Come on, Craig. Because I immediately think of like all the issues you went through last year with your feet. Obviously, those hopefully have healed by now, but to come back tonight and put yourself in a position to win this race has got to be something you're proud of.
Oh, super happy for the team. No, we it was good. It was, you know, you could leapfrog well initially, but once the tires got, the track was so hot tonight that once the tires got up to temperature, whoever was in front was staying in front, and you know, I can't be unhappy with second. It was a great result. You know, didn't have the best qualifying, so I was able to come up. You know, glad that Matt was able to get the podium. Of course, you know, Cohen would have been the preferred choice to have a 1, 2, 3 for LMC Gear.
Right.
But you know, and happy for Alex because it's good for the championship, which is something I'm not in. So it's in the end double good for the team.
So let me ask this question. I noticed a lot of it happening mid-pack. Did the thought ever cross your mind of potentially moving up to maybe the middle groove? Because it seemed like a lot of cars were able to venture up the track and even almost to the top to get the run down the straightaway to get clean air.
I didn't like going high to pass a car or to hold a car from passing you, I was fine. But yeah, no, I prefer a low entry into the corners at Indy. It's just generally how I drive.
Well, I think that's like the common sense way to get around here. But for some reason, the way the build is now, and with the multiple grooves and stuff that iRacing has created, it's almost created that opportunity here. That's the only reason why I ask, is because it just seems like the opportunity's there now. Where in real life, you go up there, hello wall, nice to see you.
Yeah, you're not making the corner in real life if no.
So, but still, great job tonight. You said you and the team. I know Jim's got to be thrilled to see a 1-2-4 out of you guys tonight. But obviously, good to see you specifically up here tonight. And shout out to whoever you like to, man.
Jim, Cohen, Alex, the whole LMC crew. This was a good result for the team. This is good points for the drivers' championship. Good points for the team championship. So, super happy about everything. It worked out really well. And we committed to that the fuel save strategy right early, and the cautions, they fell right when we needed them to, or we would have been in real trouble, especially on that last one. I think if that caution had happened 5 laps later, would have been a different story.
Well, it was a great job tonight on your part, Craig. I'm happy for you, man. And as you can see, very unselfish. Thinks team first, and there's nothing wrong with that. Craig, great job tonight, man, and good talking to you.
Hey, good talking to you, Chris. Stay safe.
Absolutely, you too, buddy. Craig Forsyth finishing in the second position, and something I seem to be getting used to here. Talking to Alex Van de Sant winning on the Indianapolis Oval. I think it's like the 4th time I've broadcasted a win for you in Indianapolis now, and I remember your first TI win happened here, and now here you are all of a sudden 3 times in a row you've won this race here in the last 3 seasons. I know Julian made mention to you in live chat, and your words were, wait, really? You didn't even realize that it had been 3 seasons in a row. But in a private chat, Julian kind of said, you're Mr. Indianapolis. You feel like you've earned it yet?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Nobody can truly own this track, but just something with this race distance works for me. It was a good setup. That made for some interesting strategy all the way throughout the race. At the end with the hot track, was just able to hold on against Craig after we worked together to get around Matt. We were just hooked up today, all 3 of us.
Seemed like there was about a 3 or 4 lap period. You got behind a lap car, and it seemed like that car just pulled you ahead, and you were able to get away. What was it, just a setting that you had bars wise or something that helped you kind of get the handling you needed with that car's help to pull you from Craig?
Well, I had the clean air for 15 laps at that point, so my tires weren't too bad. It actually breaks loose if you're in clean air for that long, especially with that track temperature. So I was just able to go up, loosen the car a little bit, and then he stayed high, communicated well, and so just I got the launch off the backstretch, and it was all good. I know Craig had an issue then, but then it's all bets are off once you get into the pack there. So
1-2-4 for the team. Obviously, I said to Craig, I know Jim's going to be very happy to hear about this result, but for you to come back to this track, it seems like, as I remember back in my head here, which is, I can't think too much right now, I'm too tired, but it seems like each of those races the last 3 seasons have been totally different. Tonight it was a lot of caution early with wrecks and things, and maybe people adjusting to the track. So the strategy that you guys had probably built was like crumble up a piece of paper, throw it out the window, this thing's done.
Oh yeah, I thought there were like 3 moments where it's like, okay, well now our strategy's hosed,
Right.
And then, but the way early on we had a caution where I thought everybody ahead of us was going to pit, and then we'd be trying to save fuel and clean air, and it was going to be like a mega save, like 35 laps. But no, everybody stayed out, so we just got lucky there with the dirty air. And then at the end, when the last caution came out, I was pitting that lap. So Craig kind of got screwed a little bit. That was the caution before. There were a lot of them. But it just worked out. So we had that track position advantage at the end, and then even with the fresh tires, it was I think it was Dakota was the first one that had pit. He just couldn't get around us with the way the track temp was.
Well, it was a fantastic job tonight. You are a 3-time now winner of this Indianapolis 300. Obviously, a great win for you, a great win for the team, and obviously being the champion, a great points night also for you. Shout-outs, man, to whoever you'd like to.
Yeah, first off, big thanks to Craig and Cohen. We worked super well together all race, so getting a triple top 5 is awesome. And then thanks to our sponsor, of course, lmcgear.com, as well as Happy Trails Chili Company. And thank you to you, Captain TV, for putting on this broadcast.
Absolutely, man. Well, great job tonight, and congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Chris.
You too, buddy. Alex Van de Sant, the winner this evening here from Indianapolis. I'm going to bring up the man who finished 5th, but not because he finished 5th tonight. I want to talk to him more because Julian came up with a pretty interesting idea this evening, and it's something we tried. Julian, you obviously came up with this driver of the day or night or whatever you want to call it, because it's daytime in the sim, but it's really nighttime where you are, and it's 10 o'clock almost here where I am, which means it's 4 o'clock in Hawaii for those curious. But tonight you came up with this driver of the day idea. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I was actually talking with the people over at PMRL, which is a European IndyCar League. And we were discussing, because I broadcast with Trevor Greenfield for the VirtualRacing.network, and we were kind of discussing how to get fans more involved. Well, fans, viewers of the series that we do. And we all were kind of brainstorming, and I came up with the idea based on the F1 idea, of course, to do the driver of the day. And that's what we tried here tonight. Might do that full time next season. So, yeah, thought Indy was a nice fitting opportunity to try it out at. Would like some more votes, though, only 8, but
well, in the
still
end,
appreciate those 8 people.
In the end, it still, I think, turned out to about 3/4 or so of the viewers, and I know we were somewhere between 11 and I think we got up to like 17 at one point in the race.
Oh.
So still got about a third to half the viewers, but the one interesting vote is down there at the bottom. Bart Fauerstein. I don't know if that's a sympathy vote or what that is, but Bart unfortunately had tons of issues tonight. So obviously a vote for him. We got a vote for Cohen, 2 votes for Oscar Fredrickson, and the winner tonight actually finished in the 9th position. So obviously the fans tonight were voting for Dakota DeMay.
Yes. No votes for me, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, I think there's plenty of names tonight. I know you could get a vote. I think Alex deserves a lot of votes. I mean, Craig Forsyth,
sure.
I think, could easily win this award. How about Cohen, who weight jackers himself in turn 1 on a restart and falls all the way to 18th, comes back to finish his 3rd or 4th. Sorry.
Yes, incredible.
So
LMC is just so good at Indy. I don't know what they're doing, but they must be smoking something, or I don't know, because they're so fast around this place.
maybe it's the chili mix.
Hey, I'm not saying what they're smoking. They might be smoking some what is this? Spare ribs. Some meat, you know. They might be smoking that. I don't know.
Some brisket. Well,
it depends on how you fill in the blank. You know, it's not my problem.
Fair point. I'll give you that. But hey, great job tonight, man. Finishing 5th, but great idea with this. We'll keep working on it, and I'm sure we'll do some talking after the race and throughout the week here and come up with some even better ways to improve this. But I think this is a good start for you, man. Yes,
thank you. You as well, man.
Absolutely. Julian Altina finishes 5th tonight. And Dakota DeMay, congratulations. You're the driver of the day for tonight, apparently, according to the votes. So, all right. I think we're going to head out. So, appreciate everybody joining us this evening. I am going to go relax this evening. I got tomorrow off from work. I don't think my bosses are listening, thank goodness. But we'll come back tomorrow. We'll actually have the LSRL Truck Series from the where were we at? The Charlotte Roval. We'll be there tomorrow night for that. So looking forward to hopefully a good road course race there. So with that said, congratulations once again to Alex Van de Sant. I feel like I've said that 100 times at this track, but it's all good. He deserves it. He's raced well. And a well-earned Indianapolis 300 win. And keep up to date with us, obviously, as I've made the announcement about the awareness for celiac disease. And we're going to go work on this. We're going to get a partnership going and work on this in the future. But tonight, definitely wanted to debut it here on a Saturday night in the week that, unfortunately, last year we found out that my daughter at the time was one has it. And if you're somebody that knows someone or if you're someone who has it, it's no shame to let it out, and let's get the awareness out there to people and let this thing grow into something where we can maybe find a cure. Who knows down the road? You never know. All right, guys, heading out. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. And remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. Congratulations, Alex Van de Sant, Indianapolis 300 winner. See ya!